back. It is 10:30 in the morning on June 10th. And it has been a it has been a 4 weeks of hell. I have to say again, the main reason I'm even recording this is just to document the reality. So in the future, when, pray to God, my life is better, anyone watching this can see the evolution and see the truth. And hopefully you will be able to get some inspiration from that and apply it to your own life. If I average this week out, it's essentially where I started. Just about where I started, right at the beginning of the year. Before I went off chemo and started this whole journey with this naturopathic doctor. And a lot's happened. I don't even know the last time I recorded a video. I've been just crawled up on the couch watching Netflix in a pretty dark room, just feeling like shit. So there's 30 symptoms that I'm tracking, that I've been suffering from. And the biggest ones are dry eyes, dry mouth, severe fatigue, acne, brain fog, also known as chemo brain, stomach bloat, gas, discomfort, feeling hungry even though I'm physically full, ringing in my ears, which has been abnormally shitty the last few days, mouth slime when waking up, heavy breathing, shortness of breath, body aches, mucus, phlegm, herpes, itchy skin, head, face, ears, groin, arms, back, trouble sleeping, heart palpitations and pounding, constipation, lower back pain, internal organ pain, which my doctor said I think it's my spleen, tight chest and neck, horrible hemorrhoids, headache, stomach ache, arm twitching, leg twitching, night sweats, and the other ones, thank God I haven't really had much of for weeks now. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's been a very I would say a life-altering month to be feeling like death for a month straight. Physically is obviously very difficult. It's exhausting. It's painful. It's like someone strapped on a sumo wrestler onto me and injected my brain with glue, and then gave me a bunch more problems. So physically, it's obviously been very tough. Tried to work out, had success once, and the other workouts have all been pretty miserable, or not really a workout at all. It's just been kind of like an attempt at warming up and oh, mostly ended in tears or just almost falling asleep. Mentally, it's been extremely difficult. Um, a lot of thoughts, a lot of negative thoughts. 35, turning 36 this year, living with my mother and my grandmother, and not being able to work, barely being able to take care of myself, being forced to go back on a toxic pill as chemo in order to get get my health back, I guess. It feels like I'm beginning of the year, by going off chemo, taking all this nutrition, I felt like myself again. I felt free. It's like I'd gotten out of prison. Um, it's really amazing. And the mental struggle recently has been um, it's like I have to willingly walk back in prison and lock myself in the cell in order to stay alive. To me, chemo and all the side effects represent that prison. So it's kind of a mind fuck. Um, it's really a mind fuck. Because I feel so horrible taking this fucking drug. So that's been a big part of my mental struggle. It's just angry and resentful, but too tired and too brain fogged and chemo brained out to be really angry. So I would say for the last month, every day, at least a few times, I just break down crying. Just start crying. I'm just so sad and tired and angry and confused and just, just feel really devastated. Um, I think too, I'd gotten used to feeling shitty all the time. It just kind of becomes normal. And having gone off of chemo this year for almost 5 months, 4.5 months, and feeling healthy again for the most part, it's like I realized what I was missing. And now being forced, shouldn't say forced, it definitely is a choice, but the alternative is eventual death, so this doesn't really feel like much of a choice. Now being back on this drug, and now my numbers are fine. I got my blood tested, and the numbers are looking good again. But my quality of life is shit. So I just keep holding on to it'll get better. I've learned a lot. Keep tweaking, keep trying, and hopefully get to a place better than before I started this over 5 months ago. Now, I've been living with this for 10 years, and it has been a wild ride. I've gone off, I think, 5, 6 times. Maybe more. I hate this drug. I hate this disease. So it's mentally been a big struggle. Emotionally, it's been devastating. Just so much grief for myself, for my life, my losses. All the things I miss out on, all the suffering, all the pain, the lack of confidence, the weakness, the tiredness, the confusion, the malaise, the fatigue, the brain fog. It just feels, emotionally, I've just been consuming grief. Just crying, sad, grieving for myself, for my family. Just feeling like this life sentence of a chronic disease, where I've heard many stories of people going into, very deep remission and being able to stop the meds or whatever, and even when I was on the medication consistently for years, I never got there. So it's hard to feel like it's maybe not a life sentence for some. I haven't seen that yet. And so it's been 10 years of sickness and all these issues, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and felt like I really gave it my all, and just got destroyed. So all my practices, all my tools, have definitely been a struggle. I either don't feel a difference at all, or I'm too tired to do them, or I start and then I just am too tired to continue, or it barely does anything at all. So emotionally, yeah, it's been anger, sadness, just a lot of deep sadness. And I felt like the last week I just finally kind of just surrendered. Whether it's quitting or surrendering, I don't even care. I just kind of kicked the can and I've just done nothing. Just to know how it's affecting my family, and especially my mom, has been really hard. I'm 35, and I always wanted to be this strong, providing, man, this physically able, emotionally able, financially able. And I don't feel like any of those things. I feel like a failure. Emotionally, that's been very hard. do find some peace in knowing that I didn't cause this. You know, it's a catch-22. I feel like at peace because there's no one to blame and it's not my fault. But there is no one to blame and it's not my fault, so that also kind of makes me angry and sad. But I just feel like I'm in a nightmare, you know, like it doesn't feel real. I don't feel this is my body. I don't feel this is my life. I just feel like I'm living in this weird reality nightmare that just doesn't make sense. The majority of the last 3 weeks, I haven't used an alarm, and so I've been sleeping in a lot, waking up at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think one day I woke up at 12:30, and I really hate doing that. I like my morning routine. And so last night, unconsciously, I forgot to take the chemo and the homeopathy, which I think unconsciously was good because I had made a decision to get up earlier today, use my alarm, no matter how tired I was. So interesting that I didn't realize until I got in bed that I'd forgotten to take the chemo and the homeopathy. So I was able to wake up at 6:30 today, which is good. I feel exhausted and tired, but I meditated, had a good meditation, which is a blessing. I was able to sit cross-legged, which I haven't in a while. I did some breath work, almost fell asleep, but I did it. I had coffee and tea, and today I've dropped the Prohoba fish oil, the EFAs, from 12 down to 6 today. I've halved the daily dose of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine powder. I've stopped the selenium, I've stopped the copper. I've gone from 3 vitamin C to 2. And then I'm taking 1 Beyond Tangy Tangerine tablet. Gone from 4 tablespoons of the Osteo FX mineral solution down to 1. And I've gone from 6 tablespoons of the colloidal mineral supplement down to 2. And I think that, so I've essentially, 25-30% of what I've been taking for the supplements, because they have essentially supercharged the chemo, which is why I felt so miserable. So it's pretty crazy that what's proven, what I've learned, that it is essential for the body to be healthy, which is vitamins, minerals, amino acids, essential fatty acids, to supplement on top of eating, calories and protein. Now I have to take less of that in order to not make the chemo so strong. It's kind of a mind fuck. And I'm already taking the lowest dose I can of this chemo pill because I'm already breaking it in half of the smallest dose that they make. So I'm kind of working with that, tweaking the supplements to keep some nutrition in my body without overpowering the chemo. So felt good to get up early. I want to get up earlier. Got construction work on the house right now. Spiritually, this has been an extremely difficult month. I feel just felt just numb spiritually. Like, what the fuck? As someone who's had so much discipline, so much sacrifice, so much suffering, sickness, and pain, and just still just, it's like, I feel like the universe just went like, I've been able to rest in silver linings and looking deep within myself spiritually and praying and with whatever little energy I have, trying to see the blessings in this, the teachings, which have been really hard to think about, to accept, because I'm in it. You know, it's like, as long as I don't quit, as long as I learn something, then this is not for nothing. It's not a waste. It's not a failure. It's only a failure, really, if I quit, if I give up. But I've learned a lot about nutrition. I've learned a lot about homeopathy. I've learned a lot about oxidation and new things about food, what to eat, what not to eat, you know, the ORAC scale, different things that I'd either kind of brushed on or never known before. So I have more tools. This pain and suffering has forced me to think about my line of work and my lifestyle even deeper. You know, I've spent so much of my time the last several years, maybe 4 years. A lot of meditation, you know, traveling, living in Eastern countries, reading, praying, breath work, yoga, exercise, fasting, nutrition, diet, solitude, reflection, journaling. Getting up early when it's still dark, going to bed early, drinking very little alcohol in the last 5 years, no smoking of anything, exercising almost every day. I've learned a lot, I've done a lot. And this year I'm learning more. Learn more about my sensitivities, my delicacy, kind of surrendering. I feel like there's value in fighting, in a sense. Gets you so far. But this last month has forced me to just surrender. And emotionally, that's been a mind fuck. It's been difficult because it's just so sad. I've just been so sad and tired, you know? Where I'm like, am I quitting? Am I surrendering? And I don't feel I'm quitting because, I'm still doing things. I'm still, I'm still getting up. I'm not, I haven't fallen into depression. I haven't given up on everything. I'm still trying to do breath work and tried to meditate every day, and I've tried to work out when I could muster enough energy or willpower to even try. For the most part, I've still been eating really healthy and super strict. I got up at 6:30 today. I've still done my Portuguese, which I've done for over a year every day now. So I've kept that discipline every day. I've still been tracking all my symptoms and everything, so I've learned a lot about myself. Just really thought about life and suffering, and we all have our different forms of suffering, and this is mine. These are mine. So it's kind of reminding me what's important, how important health really is, and mindset, and honoring my emotions unconditionally, which is a good thing I've had a lot of practice for the last, few years. It's been difficult, but I've done it, I'd say, almost for the most part. When I want to cry, I just bawl, and when I'm feeling anything, I just let myself feel it. I've been really quiet the last couple weeks. I just feel like I haven't really wanted to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I just really wanted to be alone. I'm blessed to have, a group of people that have reached out. Therapists, friends, family, doctors, neighbors, family friends, which has been a blessing. I barely wanted to talk to anybody, so I've just been trying to kind of message where I can. It's been exhausting to talk or message or even think. That's why it's like I haven't been able to work. It's like just thinking, my brain just like is retarded. But I'm going to try to get some more done today again. Just really seeing, I feel like I've been forced to face things that really old people face, or people, if anyone's ever had a really bad disease or, physical, whatever. I just feel like it's like things that old people, like I don't have the energy that I used to. I don't have the stamina I used to. I can't do things. I just been really faced with that. And so it's forced me to just kind of try to be kinder to myself, accept myself more for who I am, good and bad, surrender without quitting, which is that's a delicate balance. I feel like maybe, I don't know, I've just been really sad and quiet, and so a lot of reflecting and just numbness, just watching Netflix, staring at a screen, just doing nothing for majority of weeks now because I've been so fucking tired. I just sleeping. Yeah, just fall asleep. I just stare at a screen. But I think I might be on the verge of starting to repeat myself. So, anyways, that's where I'm at today. That's what's been going on, and my goal is to start tomorrow, getting up before the sun, which is what I did for I think over a year and a half. Getting up before the sun. Something so rewarding in that for me. Like, I respect myself more. I start the day off more with an immediate amount of accomplishment and self-respect, which has been really, really hard to find recently. From like work, money, physical capacity, health, emotional capacity, social capacity. I just feel like I've dropped the ball on everything. I really haven't had much of a choice, but that's been my reality. And so it's been like really hard to surrender and respect myself in the process, feeling like just complete useless. So anyways, as I tweak these supplements, I continue to take the 25 milligrams of the chemo every day. Tomorrow, hoping I can, no, not hoping, I will fucking do it, even if I'm exhausted. And even if I had to take a nap, I will get up when it's dark. Because I feel so much better when I do, even if I'm tired, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I feel so much better about myself and life, and motivated and proud of myself. And that actually gives me more physical energy. I feel like it restores part of my life force. So, yeah, continue to look at places to buy, condos and townhomes, tweak my nutrition, get up early, start chiseling away, getting work done, and slowly start to get back into exercising again. Baby steps. I think actually now I have enough energy to make baby steps when I haven't. Really. They're a month now, almost. So, that's where I'm at. Alright, be well.